You're talking about other people. You do not manifest any good. There's nothing good you manifest in your life, you see, in those moments. But you manifest in those moments. That's what's important to understand. But it's very easy to get caught up in it because this is human conversation. With so much happening, it's important we spend more time like this, whether it's in these portal sessions that we have, or whether it be by yourself. There must be some segments of the day at least that you take out, whether in nature or whether peacefully in your own room. To allow all the noise and chaos to just clear. Because when you are inside everything, you don't notice it's happening, and you don't understand that you're happening with it. So often we get caught up in conversation. I made on Instagram yesterday, made a video on this. So much we get caught up in a conversation, then by the time we know it, we're diving into some negative conversation that we didn't even realize it was negative. We just thought we were talking about the news or what is happening or updating on certain situations or circumstances that have been either happening to yourself or to your friends or your family members. And by the time we know it, we're doing things like talking about other people. How many of you are guilty sometimes just witnessing, oh, why am I doing this? Yeah. But it's good because you're witnessing, you're aware, you're conscious, because you're talking about other people. You do not manifest any good. There's nothing good you manifest in your life, you see, in those moments. But you manifest in those moments. That's what's important to understand. But it's very easy to get caught up in it because this is human conversation. Or whether it's about talking about the things that are happening in the world. Talking about it cannot solve it. At times it's very easy for us to say, yes, it's a shame that happened. What is our vibrational frequency? Just something so simple. One line. It's a shame that happened. Where are we? Where is our vibrations? High or low? But it's easy. As human beings, we do it. Oh, that's really bad for her. I feel really bad for her. Okay, where is your vibrations? So you feeling very bad for her, how is it impacting yourself? And then, not just yourself, then how is it impacting outside of yourself? Because you do. We all do, whether consciously or unconsciously, we affect outside of ourselves. So, how do we come out of this negative spiral of manifestations, the unconscious negative spiral of manifestations? How do we come out of this is become the witnesser. Every day our practice should be becoming the witnesser. Every day we are practicing witnessing. Who are we witnessing? You are witnessing myself, yourself. And yourself is only ego. Yourself is identity that you think you are. So it's not you. But you need to witness ego. When you witness the ego, I, myself, when you witness things that are happening through you, what you are doing, how you're acting, how you're speaking, how you're thinking, you are witnessing. Only when you become witnesser can you correct. You see, a lot of the time in a let's give a situation of, let's say, a relationship. If you're in a relationship, you do not see the problems. How many of you been in that situation before? You don't. You think it's something else. But then, how many of you have observed other people's relationship before, and you can see how misaligned it is? And you speak to them, they can't see it. They're inside, because when you're inside, you are in the midst of that energy. You are not the witnesser. You do not see. If you do not see, you cannot change. You cannot correct. So how about every day you can become witnesser? Because if we become witnesser, then we can start bringing in this creator mindset of, how do I guide to become better every day? How do I not dive in such negative thoughts and problems? Why do you speak certain things? Why do you say certain things? Somebody recently, they got a opportunity for a one-to-one session. They had a one-to-one session with me, and through the one-to-one session, it was around 1 hour, 1 hour long. What do you think you would receive for your life in 1 hour, whether it be for your career or your communication or your spirituality or your meditation practice, or what could you receive in 1 whole hour? So I believe I spoke around 2 sentences in the 1 hour. So we had sat down, had this a long-waited one-to-one, and they were talking about all their problems, talking about all their everything that's going on, and also talking about all the good things that they've done in life, talking about all the impressive things they've ever done in their life, talking about also how spiritual they are and how much of an empath or how special they are, and then talking about all the challenges they've been through, and then we concluded. So at the end they said, "Thank you for a wonderful session." I said, "Thank you for a wonderful session also." And it finished. If you become the observer, that should never happen to you in any situation. Not a one-to-one with me or one-to-one with anybody. That should never happen to you, because if you become observer, you will question, what are you learning from just talking about everything that's great about you and then talking about all your problems? There was no question, by the way. Not one question. So I felt a little bit like it was a confession box or something like this. Next time I'll put myself in box like that and just let them speak. But if you become observer, you'll never find yourself in that situation. I'm talking about every day. Dinner table, observe why you say certain things. Why? Most of it, you'll find most of what you ever speak or do comes from ego. You'll realize that. It doesn't empower you it doesn't empower you. It really doesn't. comes from human desires. One need to impress. Need for other people to like you. There's nothing empowering about it. So every day become more of observer. Breath will bring you back into the present, always. Eyes closed, slow inhale, sound of breath. Follow the breath, exhale. We hear now. Presence of mind. You'll be the most awakened spirit, conscious spirit. You know exactly what is happening through this body, this vessel. You know exactly what's happening outside.